Hi y'all, I'm back almost immediately. This time I want to do the book haul. I talked in a previous video, not the one before this, about not finishing books, but I think it was the one before that, about 2014 reading goals. And so in preparation of that, I ordered a whack of books from Amazon. I got free shipping, so they came on the slow boat from Amazon, and so I didn't get them until I got some of them, like on Friday. Yeah, like on Friday, and I got the rest of them Saturday. So anyway, I've been reading for the last couple of days, but I wanted to show you what I got, talk about the first couple that I've read, and anyway, I'm going to go through it because I got quite a few. First of all, I'm going to start with manga. I haven't gotten manga in a long time. The kids and I love manga, especially my daughter. She just adores it. A couple of series in particular, the first one being Blue Exorcist, but the new one is not out until, I want to say like March or something. The second series that she really loves is Bleach. So I like these omnibus editions, or I don't think that's the way you say it in Latin. I think it's closer to like omnibus, but that sounds ridiculous kind of, so, and perhaps I'm wrong. Anyway, the volumes that have more than one book in them, and this is the 7, 8, and 9, and that's where she is in this series, so I got her this. I like Bleach. I liked the anime better than the manga, but it's good. Then, let's see, Black Butler, Volume 2. I didn't finish Volume 1. I got really bored with it. I didn't care for it, but the kids like it. And it's been a very popular series, but we're only on number 2, and they're up to like way high by now. Okay, don't judge. There are some that I like just because, you know, you don't read, well, I shouldn't say that. You might. Manga is not particularly heavy duty. I read manga for enjoyment, so some of them are incredibly girly. It is what it is. Blackbird, Volume 7. I haven't gotten a volume of Blackbird in, gosh, close to a year. And I really liked the series. The kids weren't as fond of it as I was, I think, but I don't know. It was just kind of light and fluffy. And I like the series that have, and fortunately for manga, there are a lot of them because apparently, or it seems as though it's a big topic in manga. The ones where there's like a demon or whatever. I like that. And speaking of which, the next one, again, don't judge. Demon Love Spell. Number 5. This is possibly the dumbest manga series ever, and I absolutely love it. It's kind of like a guilty pleasure. It's like if you read Twilight and you kind of enjoy Twilight, and you sort of feel guilty about saying there were parts of that I really want, whatever, you know. But I kind of feel the same way about Demon Love Spell. This series is so stupid. It really is just ridiculous, but I love him. And when he's a little chibi, oh my god, so cute. Anyway. Atonement, we really enjoyed this series. I like gender benders. And that's, well, I guess not exactly. I guess it's not really a gender bender in this one. It's more like calling into question gender roles. And I like books like that. This has been a really cute series. Again, like I said, we haven't gotten manga in a long time. We had the first 3 in this series for close to a year. I haven't done a manga haul in probably a good 8 or 9 months. So we've been in without manga for a long time. The only one that we have kept up with on a consistent basis is Blue Exorcist and Dengeki Daisy, which I'm actually a little behind on that, actually. And then Alice the 19th, number 2. This is an older series, but I really liked the first one. And then just with one thing and another, it wasn't high on the priority list. But I finally decided that this is a series that I really wanted to continue with. And so, Volume 2 in that one. On to young adult stuff. And I'll just start with the pile, and I'll tell you the ones I've already read. Berserk, Michael Grant. I'm reading this right now. This is a really interesting premise. And it's a sci-fi. It's not dystopian. I think it's really just sci-fi, certainly at this point. And I got the hardback because I absolutely love the cover, and the paperback cover was just ugly. Isn't that cool? Possess by Gretchen McNeil. Sorry. Another pretty cover. Some of these, I'm not particularly stuck on hardback versus paperback, but when I start a series in one or the other, I want to finish it in one or the other so that when I put it on the shelf, it looks the same. Some of these I ordered specifically hardback because they were either fairly inexpensive or I really liked the covers. Possess was one of those that it was just as cheap or cheaper, as I recall, to buy the hardcover. And then it must have been the discount bargain bin because there's a stupid mark on it, and I was so, oh God, don't write on my books. Beauty Queens, Libba Bray. Etiquette and Espionage by Gail Carriger. This is in that same Parasol Protectorate. I don't remember if it was before or after that series. I don't mean in publication, I mean in the world that this is in. But that type of series. Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea by April Genevieve Tucholke. I'm so sorry, I'm sure I've mangled it. That's her name right there. Across the Universe, Beth Revis. I'm very excited to start this one. I haven't yet. I've been saving the ones that I'm most excited about for last. I don't know, whatever. The Case of the Missing Marquess by Nancy Springer. And look at how beautiful this cover is. Isn't that cool? And then the spines are really cool. And then all of the series has that same kind of look to it. So if it doesn't absolutely suck, I'm buying the whole series because it's going to look fantastic on the shelf. I know. Don't judge. Grave Mercy. Robin Lefevre's. Looking forward to this one as well. I hate this cover. I think it's a cop-out to use a picture of a model on a cover. I absolutely hate that. And this may be some of that photorealism stuff, but I hate that. Take the time to design a cover. I cannot stand these ones where there's just a picture of a model on the cover. Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. I'm very excited about this one too. This will probably be very last because this is, I think, the one I'm most excited about. And last, I think this is finally the last of the pile. So sad. Beautiful Creatures by Cami Garcia and Margaret Stoll. And these covers are stunning. This is the paperback, but the covers, I think the hardcover dust jackets look like this, and the whole series has that same kind of metallic look to it. And I'm hoping that it's good because, wow, that's going to look fantastic on a shelf, right? So anyway, that's the haul. I have more books than is my goal, if you include, I think even if you don't include the manga, but certainly if you include the manga. And it's a book. I don't care how you feel about manga. I don't care if you think it's valid. If it's not valid, they're books, and I love them, and they're going to count toward my goal. I may add a few in because they're manga, but we'll see. Anyway, so I have finished 2 so far. Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea by April Genevieve Tucholke. I really thought this was going to be more of an exciting paranormal. I really thought that Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea, I really thought that it would be something sort of on the lines of a, demon type thing, which, I don't court demons or anything like that, but I like the books that kind of involve stuff like that, like Possess, and I think Daughter of Smoke and Bone is too, right? That's not what this is, and so I was sort of surprised by it. I don't know, this is not a horrible book. It's not fabulous. It's not going to rock your world. There is a second book to it that I would like to read because I'd like to finish the story, but I'm not going to be in any big hurry to pick it up. If you miss this one, you're not going to miss that much. But if you happen to see it on sale, it's certainly not the worst book I've ever read. It's not even close to being on my tops list. But it's not the best, it's not the worst I've ever read. I don't know. Like I said, if you find it on sale, it's worth picking up. If not, you would not be missing much if you skipped over it. The second one was Etiquette and Espionage. Wow, this is hard. This is set in a world in the mid-1800s. If you like steampunk, you should get it. If you're at all intrigued by steampunk. Understanding this, though, that because of the era that it's set in, it is racist, it's sexist, yeah, and if that bothers you, if racism or sexism bothers you, and it did in this book because I don't like either one, and I won't read books about slavery of any kind. I don't like to read books where I'm not one of those romance lovers where the guy sweeps in and sweeps the girl off her feet. I don't like stuff like that. I'm sorry I'm pulling on this. My hair was just hideous, so I had to cover it up. More hideous than usual, yes. So I don't usually like that, but there was something charming about this book. And I love steampunk. Well, I shouldn't say that. I enjoy steampunk. I'm not like super into the movement. I have a steampunk tarot deck, and I think it's neat. But so that being said, the racism and the sexism aside, It was a pretty charming read, and I really like the main character. What is her name? Sophronia. I really like her, so it's charming. I'm going to buy the next one, which is Curtsies and Conspiracies. I think it came out fairly recently, so I don't think it's in paperback yet. I have no problems waiting until it's in paperback. I'm not going to be, oh, what happened to her in the next one? It was not that good. I can wait until the second one comes out. I hate the cover. If the hardback comes out and it looks better, I don't think it's going to, because it shows this as the picture for it, so it looks like it's another stupid looking model on the front of a book. Thank you very much. If the hardcover was better than that, I would pick up the hardcover and then try to find the hardcover to this one. But if it's going to look like this, I'll just wait for paperback because it's ugly. And yeah, you could get these on ebook. It's not going to look particularly beautiful on a shelf. Yeah, this wasn't bad. I mean, it's not gory, it's not dirty, it's not nasty, with the exception of racism and sexism. So depending on how much of those bother you, if you can stand it in the book, it's not horrible. And nobody was hurt or, I mean, I don't know. It was a pretty enchanting read, charming read, despite the fact of, the content of the book. So take it for what it's worth, and also understand that I'm 42, not 16. So my take on it perhaps is very different than the target audience for the book. And I would say that girls would enjoy it probably more than boys, although, I don't know. And only because it's sort of a, yay, power to the female type. Wow. Yeah, I should probably edit this. I'm probably not going to. It wasn't bad. Pick it up. Try it. It has its charm. I'm reading Berserk right now, and there's something I was going to warn you guys about. Oh, Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea. That is not for younger children. I really don't think. There is a point in the end of that book when there is a crazy person, a criminally, violently insane person who does really ugly things to several of the characters. And depending on if you're looking at these books for your kids, or if you're looking to read that and that those kinds of things bother you, torture, cruelty from a psychopath, things like that. There wasn't much of it. It was, it was one of those books that wraps up like in the last 5 pages. I don't like that, but if that bothers you, or you have young children who you're allowing to read your young adult books, I would hesitate. And also, Berserk starts out fairly gory. So depending on your tolerance or your children's tolerance for gore, I would say this is really, and I know that the young adult age range is not really for younger teens, but my kids read some of these books, and so I'm more on the lookout for it. Things that they would be sensitive to or that would bother them. I think there are things in this that would bother them, and I told them that I really didn't want them reading Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea. I really didn't think that. And, the book really, I don't understand the sort of gratuitous addition of that in the very end. I really think the book could have been wrapped up without it, or at least as in detail as it got. And I really don't, that really left a bad taste in my mouth, I guess, with that book. And perhaps the book, if it hadn't had that, I probably would have had a better sort of, not review, but better opinion of it. But I didn't like the way that they wrapped that up, and I just don't. Have you guys read all those Patricia Cornwell books? You remember that guy that was after her and her boyfriend or whatever and did just horrible, sick, gross things? If you're a fan of Criminal Minds and Patricia Cornwell and those don't bother you, hey, no big. If those kind of make you a little queasy and you're not into that, skip it. Because I don't like stuff like that. And had I known, nothing about the book indicates that there's going to be something like that in it. Had I known, I would not have purchased. I would have moved on. This is gory in the very beginning, but it's not. It's part of the story. So, you know, take it or leave it, and I'll let you know more about this. I am only on page 36. So, I don't know. I'll let you more about this. I probably won't do individual book reviews unless something is really fantastic. I'll probably just do them a couple at a time. I'm not going to do manga reviews, but if you have any questions or if you're interested in any of the series that I showed you, I'd be happy to answer those for you or recommend series if there's something that you like in particular. Perhaps I could recommend a manga or a manga series. My kids and I absolutely love manga. We got huge into it in 2013, and we have 2 shelves and our stuff is falling off the shelves with manga. So anyway, so wrap it up. Apparently I'm babbling and I don't have anything to babble about. So thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye.